Hi, everybody. Welcome. Ah, welcome to CommunityFIT. This is our last session of this series. But don't worry, we'll be back. We'll be back in August. And today we are going to have a stress reset class. And this is going to be a best of, a remembering, a reviewing, a going over, a deepening of the practices. What I want you to be thinking about today is sort of what I've mentioned over in the chat. Thinking to yourself, I've learned, you've learned, fill in the blank. And it's helped you explicitly when blank has happened. How have you made yourself available, opened up, dilated open to the experiences of this class, let them affect you, and then how have you resourced them in your actual life? That's what feels really important today. And as we explore and play, what needs more clarity, what needs to be let go of, and what did you forget that you're like, oh yeah, that thing now feels really important now that I've learned this other thing. So today, just be thinking to yourself, what are 1, 2, 3 tools, ideas that I'm going to bring with me into the rest of my life until we meet again. So, having said that, I want you to get comfortable. And as always, comfortable means how would you watch TV? How would you lounge? How would you read a book for X amount of time? And then go and do that. Go and be in that position and space, lying down, sitting, standing, whatever the case may be. And let's go over some of the best of the stress reset tools. We're going to start off with just taking a body scan, a little bit of an inventory of where we're at today. So, eyes opened, eyes closed, it's up to you. I want you to begin to scan your body as if you are, with your imagination, taking an x-ray of yourself. First, we're going to go through the physical. Where in my body do I notice right now? Meaning, what's calling to me? Maybe it feels exceptionally good. Maybe it feels exceptionally bad. Maybe it's in pain. Maybe it feels hungry or tired, tight, loose. You decide. What I want you to notice is where in your body are you attracted to? What grabs your attention? And how is your awareness programmed? How are you centering and organizing your awareness? If you immediately jump to pain and displeasure and discomfort, just know that you have a nervous system that today, and if you notice this a lot, maybe a lot, is programmed to notice things that are wrong. And so it's no surprise if you notice that your life, your body has more things wrong with it. It's literally what you've programmed. If you've noticed the opposite, think about that. Now, all of this can be changed and shifted with practice, but we're just taking an inventory. What am I noticing physically? And then with that, how am I noticing what it is I'm noticing? Then look at the emotional body. What sort of emotions are coming up? What stories, what thoughts, what feelings are bubbling up inside of me? How am I noticing that? And then thought process. What thoughts are coming? Am I already thinking about lunch or what I have to do this weekend or what I have to do after this class? And can I allow myself the opportunity to slow down, to resist the urgency of life, and to just be in the present moment? That's truly what meditation is. It feels a lot like, or mindfulness practices, it feels a whole lot like I've got to clear my mind, or I've got to be absent of thought, or I have to feel good all the time. That's not what it is. It's, can I slow down the urgency of moving to, pushing to the next thing, and just being with the reality of this moment right now? And at the end, we're going to take a second inventory. We're going to do it much quicker, but I want you to think about all of this stuff. Make a mental note of everything you're feeling right now. And then together, I want you to either do your favorite breath technique that you have learned in this class, or with me, we're going to do the physiologic side. Your choice. Do your breathing technique, or physiologic sigh. 2 quick inhales, long, slow exhalation. Again, inhale, inhale, long, slow exhalation. 5 more of those. Three more. Two more. One more. Begin to orient ourselves in our space, taking a look around the space. What do you notice? Noticing things that are close in the room, things that are far away in the room. Naming things. There's a plant, and there's a candle. There's a door and a window and a computer, a reformer, some mirrors. Paying attention to what you're hearing. I hear a hum, air conditioning, traffic outside, my voice, water bubbling up in the water cooler. What do I feel in the space? Physically feel I feel my clothing. I feel the temperature of the room. I feel myself seated. I can feel my arms on my legs right now. I'm here and not somewhere else. Then rub your hands together. Get nice and warm. Put your nice warm hands on the front of your throat. Just be there. Now you can be here just doing that, or right hand, left throat, dragging it to the middle as I twist. Other side. Last one. You can go into some jaw massage, or just some tapping, stroking the face, whatever feels best for you today. I can't tell you what to do. Remember, we're centering, we're organizing, we're moving ourselves, our experience toward nervous system neutrality, or at least waking it up, and trying to find a sense of what feels good. What is going to make me feel good right now? Then I'm going to take my right hand, I'm going to stroke down the arm. I'm just doing it in a way that feels as if I'm petting a dog or a cat that I love. So I'm not trying to, sometimes we think, oh, I'm doing this to fix myself. And instead thinking I'm doing this because it feels good. And if this doesn't feel good to you, then find something else that does. And then other side. One more. Pick my hands up, shake them. Let it shake the body all over the place. Let it shake the legs, like I'm shaking out some stress. Nice deep inhale, big sigh. Can be the VOO breath. VOOOOO. Boo. Letting the belly pooch out. Ooh. Could just be a hum. Take your left hand, move it behind you. Take a look for your left hand. Take a nice deep inhale while you're back here. Exhale, sitting back. Right hand. Exhale. Left hand. Right hand. Just a little seaweed spine, right and left. Just noticing, how does my low spine, my tailbone spine move? How about my low back spine? Where am I holding tension? Rib spine, neck spine. Thinking to yourself, I should be what? My body should move how? And why? Why do I think that? Where does that expectation come from? And how is it keeping me from being present, from enjoying what actually is right now? I should be more relaxed. Why? Maybe the world is stressful right now. Maybe your body is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Maybe your middle back isn't moving well, and it's because you're holding stress or you're holding tension or you're not moving your shoulder very well. And so that portion of your body is bracing. It's keeping you safe. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. How can I let that part of my body, that idea, that expectation begin to unravel and metabolize so that I can be more present with right here, right now? Then, let's go ahead and lie down. Let's go into some of our TRE exercises. I'm going to scooch back that way, just a little bit. Okay, TRE exercises. I'm going to lay all the way down. Now, if you know your TRE movement, if you've been with these classes and you know what is the thing you need to be doing right now, do it. But there are several people who are just joining us for the first time now and in the future. So we're going to bring the soles of our feet together. We're going to squeeze the heels and the toes together. We're going to tuck, squeeze the butt cheeks, and do a little bridge up. 1 inch, 4 inches makes no difference. Squeezing, pushing, holding. We're going to hold this for another 30 to 45 seconds. Squeezing, thinking contraction. Remember, we're working with tension here, physical tension, increasing tension, so that when we let it go, we can trigger a tremor or a release response and process through that stress cycle. And then I'm going to come all the way down. I'm going to slowly bring my legs together inch by inch until I reach a point where they feel shaky, vulnerable, tremory, unstable, and I'm just going to let them shake. Now, you may not feel it right now. Maybe you need more experience with this, or maybe you're just not holding stress there. Give it another go. Bring the soles of your feet together, squeeze them, lift back up, and give it another try. I'm going to be here for a moment. Because this is what my body needs to do. And the best gift I can give you right now is allowing you to witness my body go through the process of stress reset. Another 30 to 40 seconds here, wherever here is for you. And then slowly ground our feet. Let the feet open up wider than you, maybe as wide as your mat. Let your knees come together more or less. From there, squeeze your legs towards each other, squeeze your glutes, and bridge back up. Holding here for a bit. And then coming all the way back down. Bring the feet and the knees together. Let your knees open up 1 inch and then another inch by inch until you find a shaky, tremoring, vibrating point. Now, maybe yours is not. Maybe you don't need this. This is not where your body is holding stress. You know, I don't. Or maybe you need more tension pushed into the system. What we're doing here is squeezing the body until it's fully contracted, because that's what it wants to do in the stress cycle. If you're holding stress down in your legs, it's because you've had, in the recent past, an instinct to run, an instinct to flee, and you didn't do it. So the body's holding tension there. It's human, it's natural. We're just not taught how to process through stress cycles. So we're just honoring the tension there and allowing, creating space, explicit space to shake, to shimmy, to release the trapped energy of that stress. When I say trapped energy, the trapped movement of really wanting to flee. Another 30 seconds to do whatever you need to do with that. Letting my vision soften, letting my breathing soften, being with the moment. If I get caught up in my thoughts, just smile, just reorient yourself to where you are, kind of looking around the room right here. I'm not in the future, I'm not in the past, I'm right here. When you're ready, slide your legs straight, flex your foot flat, and the other one to stop the tremoring. And then just let your feet windshield light. Just relax. Now you can decide, do you want your legs straight or bent? Your choice. Bring one hand and the other hand on top. Place it right on your stomach, right at the base of the ribs, right at the top of the belly, solar plexus, right on the actual stomach. Let your elbows soften down. Gently push the water balloon of the stomach and then release. It's not a squish, you're not popping the balloon, it's a gentle pressure check. And release. Gentle pressure check. And release. Again, gentle pressure check. And then to the right, down, to the left, down. And you can also reverse that circle. In the stomach, it's okay to reverse. When we get down into the full gut, we have one direction we move. If you find a spot that feels important, feels really good, feels tender, it just says in your own body, stop here, stop there. And then keep moving. You find another spot, stop there. Keep moving. Pausing where you need. And then relax. Take both hands up towards the top of the belly. Slide them to the left, down towards the left hip, underneath the belly button, across towards the right hip, back up to where you came from. Again, to the left and down, cross to the right, to come back up. Breathing as you need, orienting as you need, reminding yourself you're right here, right now. And then relax. Open up your arms out to the side. Go palms down. Push down so much that you feel your arms and your upper back contract. It doesn't need to be a 10 out of 10. Maybe a 7 out of 10 works. Then gently try to pull the floor towards you until you feel your shoulder blades moving towards each other. Stay there until you're at about a 7 out of 10. I can't tell you how long that is. That's for you to decide. I just noticed in my own self, I was holding so much tension in my breath. When I let it go, now I can feel it more in my upper back, which is where I want. And then release, relax. Let that kind of shake out. Take both arms, stretch them overhead. Take both legs, stretch them straight. Maybe right arm and right leg take a longer reach. And then left arm and then right arm. Or maybe it's your opposite sides. And then you're going to start breathing as if to God. It's like a big morning stretch, a morning yawn. It's called a pandiculation stretch. Do you know that when we yawn, most often it's not about being tired, it's about the brain shifting gears from relaxed to active, from active to relaxed. Then be there. Let your feet windshield light. This time, can you get a floppy fish going? And the whole body begin to move and shake so that there's like a little bit of a temper tantrum going. And then quiet that down. Bend one knee, push yourself over to sideline, curl up in a fetal position for a moment. Breathe into your softened belly. Use your arms, use your whole body to sit upright and be there. Do a little check-in. How do I feel? What is my emotional feeling? What's my thought process? How is it shifted? Maybe even orienting. What feels important to look at? What's the color of the room now? If you were with me earlier this week, am I looking from the front of my brain? Am I being present here? Do I have access to dropping into the middle brain or down into my gut or into my heart and being present in my whole body or somewhere else in my body? Where am I naturally inclined to be aware from? Then, find a firm thing to sit on. Maybe it's a chair, maybe it's a bench, maybe it's the floor. Find a position that works for you. Notice your sit bones. Can I allow both sit bones, the bones underneath the butt cheeks, to feel heavier? Do I feel like I'm contracting and narrowing them? And can I allow them to be open, wide, dilated, soft? How much softer and wider can I allow the pelvis and the sit bones to be? You can't make it happen. It's a yielding, it's an allowing process. Can I allow the same thing to happen in the eyebrow area? Can I allow my eyebrows to feel softer and wider? How does that affect my breath? Can I allow not just the eyebrows, but the brain space behind the eyebrows to feel open, wider, and softer? For me, it feels now like I'm receiving the vision of the room, receiving what the room looks like instead of actively looking. Maybe yours is different or similar. Then notice the space in between the sits bones and the eyebrows. If that's the bottom and the top, notice the space in between. Center channel, spine, core, trunk, midline, primal streak, whatever, however it is you want to talk about it or know it. Can that feel wider? As if I'm allowing the muscles, the tension around the diaphragm, around the spine, around my gut, around my heart, around my throat, around my jaw, to just get wider. Like I'm letting go of the grip. Maybe even some seaweed spine might help, or for some of you, it may distract. You know better than me. Then take a look at your hands. Embody or be in your hands, however it is you interpret that. And then go on a little journey with me. Imagine your hands are gloves. What you're looking at is a glove. And your real hands slide inside of your glove hands. And as you gently move your hands, maybe for the first time ever, you feel the covering of the glove. And you can feel yourself inside of your hands. Now, for a lot of you, that might be enough. That might be a whoa moment. Be with that. Oh my gosh, I feel my hands differently. Some of you may want to revisit or explore, can I be in my forehead? Not just looking from the outside at my forehead, but can I be in my brain looking at the backside of my forehead? Can I allow that to soften and widen? Can I allow my eyes to get heavier, softer, and sink into the back of their sockets? Can that allow the brain to get heavier than the cranium? Just sink and get heavy. For me, that makes me very aware of my sinuses. I can feel my sinuses get heavier, the roof of my mouth. I'm going to be in my right ear canal, not looking in, but looking out, as if I'm in the brain, looking out of a tunnel, seeing the light in the room, allowing that tunnel to dilate open and get wide, more and more spacious. Can I do that over on the left? Dilating open. That makes me very aware of my teeth and my jaw. Can I just let that be heavy? Let my tongue be heavy. Appreciate the horseshoe shape of my bottom jaw. No urgency to do anything, just noticing what is, literally what is. Noticing the weight of my head, the circumference of my neck. Like, wow, my neck is really much thicker, much bigger than what I think it is. And it can support the weight of my head on top of it, which is supported by the spaciousness in the trunk of my body and the spaciousness of my sits bones and what it is I'm sitting or standing or lying on. I'm supported. I don't need to hold myself up. I don't need to squeeze to be. I'm supported. I'm supported in my body. I'm supported by the world around me. I just have to be more and more aware of it. Even if I don't feel supported in my relationships, at work, in life, I'm literally supported by the ground, by gravity. You don't need to fight it. Go inside of your own body and look for spaciousness. How do you know and recognize spaciousness? How is that in relationship with what you notice physically feel or emotionally feeling or your thought process? Where do you feel less spacious? And can you orient yourself to notice spaciousness? So that as you meet your physicality, your thoughts and your emotions, as you meet the world, as you meet life and aliveness, you can become more and more free and liberated by life. The obstacles become opportunities to dilate open, to notice spaciousness versus retract and contract. How am I dilating open to the experience of aliveness, even when it's tough? It requires safety and support. You now have more tools to create your own internal feelings of safety and support. How am I going to resource those? What feels important to take with me? So that I am alive and freedom, or I'm resistant to aliveness and freedom. Your choice. I'm alive in freedom, or I'm resistant to it. I hope you've learned some really valuable tools, some really valuable thought processes. I'm interested to see what you mentioned in the chats today. And I'm so excited to join you again in August with more Stress Reset. I have a feeling it will be back. So if you want to keep in touch, you can find me at james@jamescrater.com, or just go to jamescrater.com and we can keep in touch there. In the meantime, practice, 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 and go out and live your life. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, James, and thank you to everyone who joined us for this summer block. Our first summer block will be coming back on August 17th for another 6 weeks. So yes, please keep in touch with James, keep in touch with me at CommunityFIT@westernhealth.com. By now, you know where you can find the recorded sessions. You will be receiving communications from us, letting you know when the YouTube channel is available with all of the classes, and also when the next sessions are coming up. So when we get ready to start the next session, you will receive an email, probably from Zoom, just asking you to register again for that next block. So it'll be a separate link. It won't be this link, but you don't have to go back to the CommunityFIT portal to register. That's just so that we have your information and we can always send you those Zoom links. So look out for that, and there'll be plenty of communication about it. And thank you so much to James for just being such a wonderful instructor. Thank you so much. And Raymond behind the scenes there, helping us with all of the technical stuff. So appreciate you too, Raymond. And all right, are there any questions or comments on there you want to share, James?
No, everyone is just doing a bunch of thanks. The only one that I want to make sure we mention is, do we keep the same link? I think, are we getting a new link, or is this is just our link, right?
No, we'll be getting a new link. You're gonna get, everyone's gonna get an email. You'll register with Zoom again, and Zoom is gonna generate a new link for us for next session. Yeah.
Great. Cool. I think we are good to go.
All right, everybody. Have a great rest of your summer, and we'll see you sooner than you think.
Bye, everyone.
All right. Bye.
Bye, everybody.